I'm not going to tell you you have any issue. Again, if you have any questions, you can consult with your doctor, but these particular items can actually help the body, empower it to tackle obstacles that you see right here that you may be faced with. So I'm going to have Mr. Brian, fun facts on this is going to be tying into the calcium portion.
All right, so some facts about calcium. So as it says, 98% of your calcium is found in your bones. You got 1% in your teeth, 1% is spread through the rest of the body and the nerve tissues and the bloodstream. It's needed for muscle growth, heartbeat, breathing, basically just your ability to move and live depends on calcium greatly. Most people only get about 50% of the recommended daily allowance for calcium, so a lot of people are deficient. It also needs vitamins A, C, and D to work efficiently, and iron also needs calcium. So a lot of interchangeability there, a lot of codependency on other vitamins is needed for that. So another cool thing about it is it helps to prevent changes in your colon lining, which precedes cancer. So that's a good thing to know there. And a deficiency or imbalance with sodium is linked to high blood pressure.
So a misnomer about calcium, many people go, well, I drink a lot of milk products. That is a misnomer that the food industry has taught us that we need cow's milk in order to get our calcium. We actually get a majority of our calcium from our vegetables. Surprisingly, the calcium is picked up really easily there. When you drink a lot of cow's milk, it actually can displace your calcium. So just food for thought there. I'm not saying not to drink milk, to drink milk. It's your personal preference. But I have found that I get my calcium not only with supplemental form, I get it through my dietary intake. I'm making sure that I get my vegetables. And again, we should be eating 5 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So more fun facts. This is getting a little bit more away from calcium, a little bit into magnesium. So calcium, again, to help with osteoporosis, you take about 1,000 milligrams mg of calcium a day. Postmenopausal, because we have more needs, should increase the amounts to about 1,500 milligrams daily. The average diet provides only about 400 to 600 milligrams daily. So again, we can have a good diet, but unless we're absorbing it, and there's a whole thing into absorption, unless our body's processing things correctly and really getting the maximum absorption, the nutrients that we get in our foods nowadays are lacking. So again, supplementation, we're bridging that gap. Stress is my friend. It depletes magnesium. So we're going into the magnesium component, and we're going to get into magnesium more later because there's a whole thing on magnesium. It actually leads to contraction of blood vessels and high blood pressure. So remember we were talking about spasming legs, restless leg syndrome. I can tell you.
That reminds me, I got to take magnesium.
Testimony right there. He had severe restless legs, drives me nuts. And my standing joke is when he has restless legs, is have you taken your magnesium? Magnesium is involved with muscle activity, heartbeat regulation, and hundreds of enzyme reactions. Magnesium helps build strong bones and stimulates calcium uptake. So again, calcium and magnesium keep each other in check. You can have too much of calcium where you look at bone spurs, but if you keep that magnesium, it keeps the calcium in balance and also helps with that uptake. Builds the strong bones, stimulates calcium uptake, exactly. And you should have a 2-to-1 ratio calcium to magnesium. So again, we could be getting enough calcium, but unless we have that magnesium to actually help it, that could be part of our issue as well too.
And there's more. So a little bit about vitamin D. That's going to help promote calcium absorption. And again, that's why they kind of combine everything in that Cal Mag with the vitamin D. It's also been shown to support breast, bone, heart, and immune health. Calcium with the vitamin D may reduce the risk of bone fractures. So people that are prone to breaking bones, this would be helpful for that. The vitamin D is metabolized in the liver and the kidneys to become calcitrol, which is the most powerful steroid hormone in the human body. God, this is a long sentence.
Yeah.
Vitamin D malnutrition is associated with an increased susceptibility to several chronic diseases, high blood pressure, tuberculosis, cancer, periodontal disease, multiple sclerosis, chronic pain, seasonal affective disorder. That's sad that people get in the wintertime. Peripheral artery disease, cognitive impairment, and several autoimmune diseases.
This isn't us diagnosing anything. These are actually published in studies. So we're bringing you the facts. We're not just making up this stuff. There's actually two forms of vitamin D. One is vitamin D2 and D3. D3 is the most common one that you're going to see in the market. Vitamin D2 is actually the form made by plants, which is the natural sterol estradiol, while D3 is actually made in the skin of humans and animals from a natural form of cholesterol. It's a dehydrocholesterol and exposure to UVB rays from the sunlight. And everyone goes, oh, sunlight is so bad. I explain, our bodies are like solar panels. We need that sunlight to give us energy because vitamin D really does. It gives us that energy. We do get the vitamin D from the UVB rays. It's the UVA rays that are actually the harmful, very bad ones for us. So I always tell people you only need about 15 minutes actually in the sun. And I'm going to tell you, you can go around nudie pootie as long as you're behind closed doors, however your comfort zone is. But at least 60 to 70% of your skin should be exposed. So you're talking shorts, maybe a tank top. Of course, wear sunglasses to protect the eyes. And again, you want to take those sun precautions. You don't want to just bask out in the sun all day because that is defeating the whole process. You're also going to notice here there's two different Cal Mags. One is a 400 IUs and one is a 1000 IUs. They're both vitamin D3. The one on the bottom, the purple one, that is actually a hard pill form tablet that you would take. And you take 3 recommended daily allowance. The other one is actually more of a powdered form. So those people that can't swallow the pills, they do cost a little bit more than the pill form just because of the ease of access. But again, that's why there's 2 different ones. So something we're going to go back into now is going to be the fill in the blanks. And I apologize, I will get the blanks, the sheets to the people who have joined us that don't have those. But the key thing when you come to the Cal Mag is you want it in the chelated form. What does chelated mean? That it actually, chelation is like a clawing apart. It basically helps to actually get into, correct me if I'm wrong, it helps to get into the actual body.
It just increases the
absorption
rate
yep.
for the
yep.
product.
Yeah. So again, some of these minerals are the hardest things to get in your body. They're hard to be absorbed. And especially you want to make sure that if you are getting these minerals, that it's not from crushed rocks. And I'm not kidding. It is not uncommon to actually find crushed rocks for your minerals. But I don't know about you, but the last time I checked, I don't eat crushed rocks. You also want to make sure it's 2 parts calcium, 1 part magnesium, and has at least 1000 IUs of D3. And again, 3 tablets for the purple one is going to be the recommended daily allowance. So here's some benefits of taking the Cal Mag. And for those people that are sensitive like myself, I cannot take Cal Mag in the morning. It actually calms me down so much. And for all of you that know me, I am very high strung. It actually does have a calming effect. And I notice it to where I get almost too sleepy. So I don't function well in the morning with this. And some people take it in the morning and have no problem. So number 1. Oh, go ahead.
Helps you sleep better. Then number 1 is sleep.
Yep.
As you were just saying.
Yep. Number 2 is relaxing and calming. So again, my Cal Mag hasn't kicked in yet, but it relaxes me in the evening when I start to wind down.
Number 3, it assists in alkalizing the body.
Why is alkalizing important?
Because an acid body Diseases thrive in acidity, so you want it a little bit more on the alkaline side.
But there are certain things in our body, such as our stomach, that have to be acid. So again, you don't want to dilute the hydrochloric acid. You want certain things to be acidic, but you want the ultimate prime environment to be alkaline, to prevent those chronic illnesses and diseases. So number 4, it helps strengthen your bones.
5 helps with stress and anxiety.
I tend to take a lot of this. Number 6, it helps with hyperactive children.
Number 7 is great for monthly cycles problems.
Yep. It calms the body again. Number 8, it could help with irregular heartbeat.
Number 9, wonderful for cramps.
And that's not just PMS cramps. That is muscle cramps. That is any kind of cramps that your body's having. We did talk about the salmon oil, which is huge for controlling the inflammation when it comes to cramping. So this is more towards any type of cramping. Number 10 could help with stiff necks.
11, it's great for joint challenges.
Number 12, great for back pain.
Number 13, it can help with heartburn. So the zinc and calcium actually help put a layer around your stomach to help protect it, and so it prevents any heartburn from happening there.
Again, if you're not taking the right measures, you can still get heartburn, but it just provides, again, another tool. And the last one is number 14, tremendous for dry eyes. Just a note, it helps your nervous system remember to blink. If we're not blinking, we're not getting lubrication on our eyes, and dry eyes are really, really bad. Eyes, again, are susceptible to dust, to germs. They're just like our nose taking in things. We have to provide that shield. And go ahead.
It can also help, this isn't a fill-in, but just a side note, it can help with bone spurs if you have that problem.
Again, if calcium gets displaced, if you're taking a poopy, not so good calcium, and it's displaced, or again, I hate to say it, but dairy products can actually do it as well too. Again, this helps to regulate that. For those people that are like, I don't want more calcium, again, we'll be talking about the Vegan D and the magnesium, which is also, it's really cool. It's also a vegan blend. We'll be talking about those a little bit later.